Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Astrology News Report, presenting an alternate view of world events as seen through the lens of Vedic astrology. I'm Ron Berger. Today is December 31st, 2023. In this report, we'll take a look at what's coming up in the zodiac for January 2024. But before we begin, an important announcement. The weekly videos on this channel are available to people who donate to the channel. You are watching the once-a-month free public video. If you would like to have access to the upcoming month's weekly reports, stick around for the link at the end of this video to make your donation. Thanks. Mars is now transiting in sidereal Sagittarius and will remain in that sign through January until early February. The planet of action and aggression is happy to be in a fire sign. Sagittarius is outgoing. Like Mars, Sagittarius is also action-oriented. Sagittarius is optimistic and attached to its own version of truth. Sagittarius is self-justifying. This has some implications for world events. There's a lot of energy for leaders and governments to take action as a way of dealing with things during January. Case in point, the country of Ukraine, which in Vedic astrology is a Sagittarius rising country. Thus, the planet of aggression will be pumping up the energy for Ukraine to do more in response to the Russian invasion. In fact, things are already happening. Right after Mars entered Sagittarius, Ukraine attacked Belgorod, a city inside of Russia across the border from Kharkiv. Assisting Mars during its transit in Sagittarius is Jupiter, the planet of optimism, opportunity, and belief, which is transiting in Mars's sign, Aries. Thus, the two planets are forming what is called in Vedic astrology a Parivartana Yoga, each in the other's sign. Mars absorbs Jupiter's optimism. Jupiter absorbs Mars's inclination to use force. Note that Jupiter is also the planet of courts, judges, and laws. Both Aries and Sagittarius are fire signs. Fire signs are noted for independent action. Due to Mars being the planet of war, and Sagittarius being a willful, self-justifying sign, it is quite likely that ongoing hostilities in the Middle East will, in fact, grow into a wider conflict during January. Everyone on both sides feels they have to justify their own truth, their own point of view, through action. Mars will be transiting in Sagittarius until February 5th, when it will move into sidereal Capricorn. Jupiter's 4 months-long retrograde period ended on December 30th. During the first half of January, Jupiter is stationary in the zodiac, in other words, appears not to be moving, and then it slowly resumes normal forward motion. In astrology, a stationary planet is considered extra strong. The planet of belief and optimism is in sidereal Aries, a proactive sign that is naturally inclined to seek challenges and take the initiative. Uranus accompanies Jupiter in Aries. Uranus is also stationary during January as it comes to the end of its retrograde period. Jupiter, planet of optimism and opportunity, combined with Uranus, the planet of freedom and rebellion, gives encouragement to the rebels, especially in Aries, the proactive sign that seeks challenges. At its worst, this can result in reckless aggression, and that results in consequences. Mercury's retrograde period ends on January 1st. Mercury has been retrograde since December 12th. A week later, on January 7th, Mercury re-enters sidereal Sagittarius, where it was transiting back in December. But this time, Mercury will have to join Mars, which entered Sagittarius while Mercury was leaving. Mars and Mercury are enemies in Vedic astrology. Mercury is the planet of rational thinking and making reasonable decisions. Mercury is the planet of consensus. Mars is all action, impatient for results, and not willing to wait around for consensus. Mars is the stronger of the two planets, so Mercury is at a definite disadvantage here. That means that during January, logical decision-making will be overwhelmed by hasty action and the need for fast results. Also, Mercury is the planet of communication. Mars is the planet of aggression. Finally, Mercury gets away from Mars when it changes signs on February 1st. Venus changes signs and enters sidereal Sagittarius on January 18th. Upon entering Sagittarius, Venus will join up with Mars and Mercury. Venus with Mars puts the two gender planets together, which results in a lot of excitement, heat, and passion. Venus is the planet of peace and harmony, but Mars is the stronger of the two planets. Sagittarius is Wilfull, an independent sign that is attached to its own point of view. So, the peacemaking planet won't be of much use while it is participating in this arrangement. And Sagittarius is the rising sign of the USA Vedic Astrology Chart. The implication is that, in the U.S., there will be a lot of heated, passionate argument, especially in the latter part of January. Okay, so there's a brief look at planetary patterns for January 2024, and here's a description of what's coming up in this month's weekly videos. January 7th, an analysis of Jupiter conjunct Uranus. January 14th, Venus transiting in Cancer and the effects for your rising sign. January 21st, current transits and their effects on world events and politics. January 28th, a preview of planetary patterns for February 2024. You'll not want to miss out on all these great upcoming videos, so if you would like to have access to January's weekly reports, donate $20 by clicking on or touching the donation card you see at the end of this video, which will take you to the donation page. And if $20 for a month is too much for you, you can donate $10. The link for each week's report will be sent to you via your email. Here's the link. Just click or touch the card, which will take you to the donation page. And if the card does not appear or doesn't work, you can find the link in the comment section below. Thank you, and until next week.